the season opener. Green Bay, Iowa State here from Hilton Coliseum in Ames, Iowa.
A hometown kid. Here he is, come back off a fabulous freshman year. As TJ Otzelberger says, the head of the snake on the offensive side, on the defensive side. He will lead the way for these Cyclones. It'll be fun to see him bring a whole bunch of new Cyclones along with him in the preseason.
Hilton Coliseum, it is filling up for this one. Green Bay, the Phoenix, under the direction of a brand new coach. Last year, 362 out of 363 in the Ken Palm ratings for Iowa State. Well, they just celebrated unraveling another NCAA tournament banner here tonight before the game. And we're ready to go as Hason Ward will be jumping it up with Elijah Jones, and this one controlled by Iowa State. So here we go, Cyclones and Phoenix, to open up the 2023-24 college basketball season. Here's the starting five for Iowa State: Lipsey, Gilbert, King, Momcilovic, and Ward. And it is Lipsey on the drive, can't get it to fall. And somehow it's tipped back out to him. Momcilovic.
And I know a lot of exhibitions have been closed, but that's one thing you've heard is how Momcilovic has made a lot of three-pointers for him.
Freshman from Pewaukee, Wisconsin, get things rolling here for Iowa State. Green Bay starting five: Douglas Jr., Reynolds, Jones, Hall, and Byrie. We have activity away from the ball as Tre King. It's going to be whistled for the foul. It is going, you got a feeling like it's going to be physical again this season in college basketball. However, some rule changes. We'll go along those throughout this broadcast tonight.
Yeah, it's always going to be physical, and there's a rule change, and we'll see tonight. We'll see how it plays out first before we go there. But I think it's going to be a lot of free throw shot this year.
The three ball by Reynolds. Can't get it to fall. Momcilovic with the rebound.
And a lot of new players, but here's something very familiar with Iowa State, and that's Tamin Lipsey bringing the ball up the floor and trying to initiate the offense.
Action away from the ball. Foul going to be called on Elijah Jones. The junior from South Holland, Illinois, will pick up his first. Lipsey will play it in with 20 on the shot clock. Comes into Gilbert. Lipsey's follow-up not there.
Gilbert with a great cut to the rim, just couldn't quite finish it, but a good pass from Lipsey from the out-of-bounds play.
Iowa State in season openers, they've won 24 out of their last 25, including 5 in a row. Byrie from the top. Can't tie it. Now Gilbert. Transfer from UNLV, averaged over 11 a game, will go to the rack and get one.
And not only a great finish with contact, but what you're going to see out of Iowa State maybe a little bit more this year is maybe another guard bringing the ball up the floor than Tamin every single time. And Keshon Gilbert showed it right there.
Back talking to TJ Otzelberger the other day, he mentioned Keshon's really bringing it. In fact, the trip over the summer to the Bahamas may have been their MVP. 6-0 Iowa State, and here's some pressure. Hall, the freshman, with the ball. They'll reset with Reynolds. On the drive to the corner. Inside of 10 on the shot clock. That one hit the backboard underneath, and it will be turned over.
And Iowa State doing a great job, just like they've always done under TJ and his staff. They've gotten a lot of ball pressure when the ball gets down into the scoring area. They're going to run and keep that ball out of the paint, and it caused a turnover right there.
Gilbert to the corner. That's Lipsey for three. Got it!
And that's exactly what Cyclones fans are looking for right there on catch and shoot makes from Tamin Lipsey. It was 20% a year ago, and they say he's been shooting it much better in practice. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch here this November and December leading into league play.
Nearly 3 minutes into the game. This is going to be the third shot of the contest for Green Bay, and Ward will clear it. Gilbert with the deadly crossover, the alley-oop. King picks it up, can't get it on the backside, as the rebound comes down to Green Bay and Hall. 9-0 start for Iowa State. Douglas able to register from the outside.
They finally got the lid off that basket, and Gilbert did try to jump that pass a little bit and keep the momentum going, and it caused a three.
Freshman from Yorkville, Illinois. Head coach Sundance Wicks speaking very highly of that freshman and the contributions that he can make this year. King. Oh, the defender. Hall fell down. King takes advantage. Gets a field goal here.
Yeah, great play there by King. Just as, like you said, defender went down, made a really strong move, had to help the defender come over, but it didn't bother King. His body went right through him.
Green Bay with 10 on the shot clock. A steal by Lipsey. With a right hand, he'll put it through. He's got 5.
And once again, when they turn up the defensive pressure, it's going to give Green Bay fits tonight.
Now Reynolds. Kick out, steal by Gilbert. Boy, some active hands for Iowa State. Here's King. Momcilovic. Things are rolling for Iowa State. 16-3, Momcilovic. A couple of threes. I think that answers the question about the perimeter game for Iowa State early on this season already. What an impact. 16-3 Iowa State. Timeout for Green Bay. Two faces, Iowa State to their bench. Checking in for the first time, the much heralded Omaha Biliew will check in along with Robert Jones. And also into the game, Curtis Jones for Iowa State.
And Johnny on the spot, the second Omaha checks in. He goes up and pressures the heck out of the basketball and gets another turnover. So Iowa State could come down and run what they want here out of this dead ball.
Lipsey, Momcilovic, the fade. Can't get it to fall. And Green Bay with the rebound. Iowa State has forced 3 turnovers so far for Green Bay. Phoenix 1 of 4 from the field. Byrie. The tip out. It belongs to Green Bay. Foster wanders into the contest for the Phoenix. And he'll knock down appropriately the shot. Wonders. Second 3 of the ball game for Green Bay.
And the 3 coming off a skip pass and a drive. One thing Coach Wicks talked about today on our Zoom call, it's going to be really hard to maybe enter the basketball, so they're going to have to look extra, which might be deeper, and then they drove the closeout and got the wide open 3 in the corner. So a good job there by Green Bay executing, coming off of a tough start.
Here's Jones. Little long. Rebound tapped out to Green Bay. St. got off to a wild start. Iowa State perfect from 3-point range, 3 of their first 3. Starting to see some settling out on the floors. That one is kicked away.
Yeah, just a little bit. And you see Robert Jones, Big Rob energy, coming back in and just doing what he's going to do for Iowa State this year. Give us 2 or 3 minutes of activity, of rebounding, switching ball screens, and being active, just like he did there, which almost caused a turnover.
Green Bay stressing some patience. Wonders, can't get that shot to fall. Dead ball rebound to Iowa State. Cyclones back to their bench. Keshon Gilbert will check back in. He'll be in for Lipsey. And Green Bay also to their bench. Amari Jenkins, the freshman from Racine, Wisconsin, will check in.
And I think right now it's what you're seeing is a little bit of depth here for Iowa State, because when Keshon comes in for Tamin, Keshon moves off the ball and they put Curtis Jones right on it. So you're already looking at 3 major ball handlers for Iowa State just in the first 7 minutes of the game.
Gilbert trying to drive it in on Reynolds. To Jones. Now Curtis back to Robert Jones. And count it.
And a really good Robert Jones tried to screen 3 times, finally got the screen, and then just dove hard and got to the rim, and a great finish with contact. But give Curtis Jones credit there, a really good bounce pass below the hands to get it to Roberts, who can finish, catch and finish.
Demarion Watson into the contest. Green Bay for Iowa State. Green Bay also going to their bench. Checking in is going to be Ryan Wade. And free throw off the mark. Biliew going to be whistled for the foul.
Yeah, an interesting call there, but Iowa State's going to love Omaha's activity because he brings activity, he brings athleticism, he runs in transition, and right now he's going to be up towards the head of this press. So this is the first time that Iowa State showed this year, just to see what they're going to do. Are they going to run and jump or just play full court man? And that's what they did.
Wade caught up in traffic, able to get the pass away. Now we'll get it back. Green Bay being forced way outside of the perimeter. Now inside of 8 on the shot clock. Turnover, Biliew up with it to Gilbert. And he uses his left hand to kiss it off the glass for 2.
Great pass by Omaha, great finish by Gilbert. But like you said, Green Bay's getting pushed way out, but every single time they get into a scoring area, Iowa State's athleticism and the length of their hands are really causing the Phoenix problems.
Back to work, inside of 10 on the shot clock. Reynolds can't get the layup, but will go to the line to shoot some free throws. Noah Reynolds transferring in from Wyoming, where last year he averaged nearly 15 a game. And the junior from Peoria will toe the line here.
Yeah, and a good play. And one of the players that Coach Wicks is familiar with, as Coach Wicks was an assistant at Wyoming last year, so brought Noah with him and obviously had a lot of success out in Laramie, and he's hoping to bring that to Green Bay for him.
So the foul called on Biliew. That's his second. Iowa State back into the game with Ward. And Green Bay also an active bench. Elijah Jones will check back in. And coming back in, DJ Douglas back in.
You know, just looking at Iowa State and looking at Keshon Gilbert on the floor, whether it's off the ball or on, and then you have, Curtis Jones coming in the game, and it allows Tamin to rest a little bit. The amount of scoring that Iowa State has at the perimeter right now and the way that they can attack and play is just uncanny, and they just showed it again right there.
Curtis Jones knocks it down, 22-8. And he'll be at the line here to try to convert the three-point play. Jones, of course, transferring in from Buffalo, where he was an All-MAC third-team selection a year ago. Averaging about 15 points a game. As we get the lane cleaned up. First free throw, or the free throw went along, no good. So a 14-point advantage here for Iowa State. Shooting 9 of 15 from the field. That's good for 60%. Phoenix just 2 of 7, make it 2 of 8.
Yeah, Phoenix have really struggled scoring. They tried to run a little misdirection there, and they ran King back off on a misdirection screen. Got a wide open shot, just couldn't get it to go.
Gilbert with the lob. That one hit rim. And a foul going to be called here on Green Bay. So that'll bring us to a timeout on the floor. 11:44 to play here in the first half. Iowa State with a 22-8 advantage.
Emphasize building good team dynamics and getting everyone close together. They went to Bay Beach in Green Bay, Wisconsin. They rode the Zip and Pippin, which I think is a great team bonding. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
That's crazy. 12 guys in 50 days.
Yeah, you hear a lot of things in the portal and a lot of crazy numbers, but that might be one of the ones that stand out.
What have you done in the last 50 days, Coach?
I don't know what I did yesterday, BJ, to be real honest with you.
That's amazing to try to put together a roster.
Yeah, you know, you talk about it as Green Bay's working for a shot, or just little things lead to big things. And you have assist turnovers, and you have 6-0 for Iowa State, and you have 1-5 for Green Bay. So those are things that have led to this score that we have right now at 22-8.
Cyclones 10 points off of those turnovers. Certainly have gotten their defense back out on the floors. Curtis Jones will run the point. Now to Tre King. The three was falling early for Iowa State. They hit their first 3 threes that they took. Out on the floor, they've got King, Watson, Curtis Jones, Gilbert, and Ward. For Green Bay, Jones, Jenkins, Douglas, Reynolds, and Wade.
Yeah, and Hason Ward really talking loud, really talking early on that ball screen and not letting Green Bay use it. And Green Bay just really not had a very good look at the basket this whole possession. He kind of started that whole thing.
Wade's jumper off the mark, tipped out. It will belong to Green Bay.
And not only a little thing like that, but Coach Otzelberger is just so happy with Hason Ward on his offseason, how he's committed himself to his body and his regimen and his workouts. And he says he could be one of the most improved players in the Big 12 just because of what he did from March until now.
Milan Momcilovic back into the game along with Tamin Lipsey. As Byrie will also come back into the contest here for Green Bay, trying to set a screen up top, gets a kick out for 3. And Lipsey will track down that rebound. Iowa State themselves, 15 players on the roster, including 9 newcomers. They had a trip to the Bahamas, but early on, looked like they've gelled pretty well with one another. Momcilovic. Boy, he can fire it, can he?
Well, he's gotten his feet set every single time, but that possession right there, what I really liked was Lipsey came down in semi-transition and kicked it ahead, and they didn't have anything. Well, then he managed the rest of the possession on what they were going to do. They swung it another 2 times and then got a great another look from Momcilovic. The first time I've had to say that name tonight. I've been leaving that up to you, BJ. And so he's knocked down what was that his 3rd one already. So, yeah. But at the end of the day, Lipsey controlled that possession to get him that shot because he had one in the corner that didn't take it, and then he got one on the opposite wing.
Well, Hason Ward there clearing the deck, but drew contact. So Reynolds back to the line again. Reynolds with 3. As each team again getting their benches involved early.
Yeah, and that's always good early in the year just to get it going, to see how you're going to do and how your rotations are going to be. And both teams are definitely going to do that here tonight.
Robert Jones in at the post along with Curtis Jones. Now Lipsey to work. 5 on the shot clock.
Yeah, great defense there by Reynolds. Really good job on Lipsey. Tried to keep him in front. Almost got some turnover and then Cosman at the end.
Reynolds, too hard of a pass inside. It's intercepted by Iowa State. Up the floor, Lipsey to Jones. And a foul will be called on Green Bay.
And once again, Tamin Lipsey running that floor because you got, you got Gilbert who can bring that ball. We get some long rebounds, some mid rebounds, some tips and steals, and Jones or Lipsey and Gilbert can all bring it. So they throw it ahead to Lipsey, and they get Robert Jones. What he does, sprint and transition to the rim. Get to the rim as fast as you can, and Lipsey just touch pass to him, and now he's going to the line.
Robert Jones towing the line. Beginning his 3rd season here at Iowa State. Senior there for 2. Short on the first one. And Demarion Watson back into the contest. And Jones misses them both. So the Phoenix again have been forced to really work the clock as Douglas got caught up in traffic to Reynolds. Using the left hand, goes inside, not there.
Yeah, once again, bodies everywhere, hands everywhere, and just athleticism everywhere. It's just making every shot tough on the Phoenix when they drive it into that paint.
And Gilbert, hand checked up top by Douglas, who will pick up his first. So that will bring us to a timeout on the floor. We have 7:59 to play here in the first half. Iowa State up 25-9. 25-9, Iowa State. Milan Momcilovic. What a debut for him. He's actually right at the same pace as the Phoenix here, Coach.
Yeah, he's done a great job. You know, all three of those shots, he's gotten his feet set, and it's been a great possession. And, of course, Green Bay is struggling because right now they have no points off of any turnovers. It's been hard for them to turn Iowa State over, and they have no points in the paint. So that's going to make it hard for them because every time they drive it in there, it's been hard on them to be able to make a play because of Iowa State's length. Then Iowa State turns around and comes down and gets really good possessions, gets the ball in the paint, gets the ball turned side to side, and ends up getting a good drive and getting their feet set in the paint or a good kick to a three. And Momcilovic now has gotten 3 of those.
Offensive rebound. Watson with the putback. The assist from Robert Jones.
And Robert Jones doing what he does. You know, I know he missed the 2 free throws, and that's where everybody wants to see him get better. But those are things that he does, and that's what people appreciate about Big Rob: energy.
Well, Sundance Wicks, in his first season, you mentioned last year as an assistant at Wyoming.
Yeah, you know, and you move over one seat, but he's been a head coach before. You know, he was in junior college. He was a head coach at Missouri Western a while ago. So, you know, he's been there, done that, and he knows the important things. As we got a little scrum going on, Hunter, and that's good. We want to get the juices flowing here a little bit. But Sundance knows he's trying to build a culture there. He's trying to make sure they do the right things, and they're not going to change just because it's Iowa State, even though it might not work perfect. He's going to do what they do tonight versus their NEI they play on Thursday, and then versus Valparaiso on Monday. He's going to try to keep doing the same things and build his team that way. And no matter what happens tonight, happens. But hey, fellas, let's do it our way.
So things cleared up. Back to work with the Phoenix. Fiery with 10 on the shot clock. Reynolds looking to go to work. Kick out, not there. Now it is on the wing. And the rebound popped up, lost out of bounds. Last touch by Green Bay.
Yeah, it didn't go, but a really good find by Reynolds because they doubled that ball, and then Iowa State took away the top, and Reynolds made the next pass to the opposite wing for that shot. So it didn't go, but a really good play there by Reynolds.
Tre King will come back into the game. He'll check in for Watson. So the starting 5 back out on the floor for Iowa State. Here's King. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and what happens when you make 3 threes by Momcilovic is they all jump to you. So they jumped, and what's going to happen, King's going to dive right to the rim. One more pass to Lipsey, and he's going to go right down the gut from top to bottom for that. And almost a 3-point play, but he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Being able to shoot, BJ, as we know, is a powerful thing because if you can shot fake and get people to jump at you, something's going to open up somewhere.
Well, the entry passes, too, tonight have been pretty clean and crisp.
You know, and everybody knows that some of that is probably size and some of that is probably athleticism and some of that is probably length, but you can tell they know where they're trying to go and how they're trying to do it. So TJ and his staff have done a fantastic job of getting them where they need to be and what they need to do to be successful regardless of who they play.
A little pressure in backcourt, trying to deny the basketball to Reynolds. And that's forcing Douglas to bring it ahead. Down to 3 on the shot clock. Reversal, that's Reynolds. Wide of the mark, did not hit the rim. So it is a shot clock violation against Green Bay.
Great job by Iowa State, especially early with Ward and King. They switched out about 3 times up front, kept the ball out about 25 or 30 feet, and then once it got down into the scoring area, once again Iowa State starts running off shooters and running at them and get the shot clock violation.
Lipsey to Jones. Curtis Jones checking it again into the scoring column.
Yeah, and the 3rd time they've done that tonight. Momcilovic has run that little fake screen to come off there really quick for a 3. But what does Jones do? He comes off that. He just attacks that rim. So 2 different ways to use that fake screen up top.
Green Bay will turn it right back over. The Phoenix having their struggles. 9th turnover here in the first half.
Yeah, and it's the first time they've seen a team like Iowa State because you can't practice against it, and you haven't had an exhibition game against it. So this is the first time you've seen it. So hopefully the second half, when they can settle down and come out and see it a little bit, their execution can hopefully shore up some. But the Iowa State just has to keep going, and that right there will do it.
4th three-pointer of the first half. Momcilovic is stroking it here tonight. 4 of 5 from the field, 4 of 4 from 3-point range in just 11 minutes. Again, Green Bay looking for an answer.
Yeah, and Iowa State is just all over that basketball. They cannot get a look right now.
Byree. Well, that snaps a long run here by Iowa State.
Yeah, and they needed that. Byree had a tough late shot clock shot, really contested, but Green Bay really needed that one. Good for Byree.
So Momcilovic with 12. Jones for 3. Can't get this one to fall. Hall with a rebound. And the little runner in the lane for Reynolds.
Yeah, good play by Reynolds there coming off the ball screen. I'll guarantee you Coach Wicks has seen that before in Lerman. He's seen it here tonight a couple times trying to get that shot off, but now he's got the little floater to go.
Iowa State back to work on the offensive end. Curtis Jones being harassed by Douglas, now to King. The dump down, King open and he'll flush it.
Yeah, Jones delivered that ball back to Lipsey and cleared out and gave Lipsey and King a nice open side ball screen. There was no help on that.
Now Byree. And Lipsey with the rebound.
Yeah, Byree with the heat check. Made the one, tried to get the other one to go.
Tamin in transition will put it up and in. And now Green Bay will burn another timeout here with 3:46 to play in the first half. Iowa State up large here, 39-13. Hansen, Marika Mendezun. This is BJ Shaban here from Hilton Coliseum. It's opening day for college basketball. And what a day it's been. A tremendous amount of games.
Oh, there's got to be over 100 games today, BJ. I don't know the exact amount, but everybody gets excited to play. They're tired of each other. They're tired of the close scrimmages. And all the fans are tired of trying to find out what's going on in all of those games. So they want to see live action, and they're getting it right here at Hilton, and they're getting it all over the country.
Love that, you know, it's throughout all of college basketball, both men and women. Tremendous amount of games, a lot of action.
No doubt about that. And the women opened up here this morning and you know, against Butler with a win. So it's just been a great day at Hilton Coliseum here in Ames.
Omaha Biliew back into the contest for Iowa State. They're trying to get him on track. He's got the ball now. The McDonald's All-American trying to back in. Momcilovic, that 3 off the mark. First miss from the perimeter tonight. Biliew having to sit much of the first half in foul trouble. Here's Byree. things cleared out. And Rich Byrie, the transfer from Rockhurst, able to knock down the triple.
Yeah, great play there in the Division II transfer, knocked that down. And Jones went over to get to the ball and then left it just a hair early before Jones could get back to the play, before Robert could get back to the play, so left him wide open for a three.
Now a foul going to be called here on Iowa State. And that is going to be Omaha Biliew and his third.
Yeah, just a little aggressive on the post-up, I think, on that one is what they called it, went the other direction. So he's just trying a little hard right now, a little bit antsy. He's going to feel his way into the game, and with 2:29, you've probably seen him for the last time this half. But second half, TJ's going to get him right back in the ball game, try to get him going.
Highest ranked prospect ever at Iowa State, and native to Iowa. Just down the road in Waukee, a suburb of Des Moines. Yeah, he wants to do it here on opening night, but foul trouble plaguing him. Byrie shot this time off the mark. Now Jones with the right hand from the left side, able to knock that down.
Yeah, great job there by Gilbert to take it to the rim. Jones with a good screen, and when you have Milan Momcilovic going to the corner, well, you got to go there to him, so just open up the drive for Keshon.
Back the other way here for Iowa State. Gilbert. What a first half he's had in a Cyclone uniform. To the corner, Lipsey for three. Tamin, he's worked on his shot a lot during the offseason. Knocks down his second triple of the game.
Well, and he's taking care of both corners now on those threes. What you really like about both of them, just from a year ago, and whoever's worked with him, and he's done a great job, is the ball is getting up quicker out of his release. So you can just tell when that ball got up, it was going to get there. To where a year ago, he was just short quite a bit, and now it's getting up and going in.
Numbers for Iowa State. Gilbert will cash in. And a timeout. Again, going to be taken by Green Bay. And Sundance Wicks. Team has been playing hard here in the first half for Green Bay. Just a little outgunned. A lot outgunned.
Well, yeah, for sure, a little outgunned. And Green Bay probably knew that coming in here. But, like I said a little bit earlier, we're going to do what we do, how we do it, because it's going to look better on Thursday, and it's going to look better on Monday when we play somebody a little bit more like us, as opposed to Iowa State, who, in my opinion, the first time seeing them live, has a very high ceiling for what they can do this year if they want to stay together and do the right things, which they're doing tonight.
Iowa State had a couple of closed exhibition games. Creighton, Northwestern. Learned a little bit more about what TJ Otzelberger and his team have. Coming into this, that's game one of a long season of 31 games. Iowa State will be sporting 18 home games this season and 12 games against NCAA tournament qualifiers. It's a loaded schedule.
That's a loaded schedule. Number one, that means you're going to go to a good tournament. You always have Iowa. You're going to have your challenge game, whoever that's going to be against. I don't know off the top of my head. But the number two, you're packed with good teams in the Big 12. Probably once again, top to bottom, the best team in the best league in the country.
And again, the Big 12 during the offseason, adding more teams, going to get even better.
Yeah, Cyclone fans will even see more people coming into your gymnasium now.
Driving it in that time, Foster Wonders, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Will be interesting here with 38.6 seconds. Does Iowa State come down, try to get a really quick one to play 2 for 1, or are they going to come down and just play 1 for 1? It'll be interesting to see what TJ does here this early in the season.
Wonders, a transfer from Southern Illinois, played in 24 games last season. Able to knock down the free throw. He scored the Phoenix's first points of the game, a 3.
Yeah, played in Missouri Valley. He's played in a good league and played against good players and played against some bigger competition. So, that first 3 probably doesn't surprise any of us, but he's going to compete tonight because he's seen these types of bodies and these types of athletes being in Carbondale.
Marcus Hall back in now for Wonders. Iowa State going to take their time. Not trying to get a 2-for-1 here.
Really spreading the floor. Best ball handler up top. Probably going to see a mid-ball screen here. And you got shooters in the corner. So it'll be interesting to see will Hason just kind of stay in the bottom of that and try to go clean up a miss here somewhere.
Now it's inside of 10. Iowa State will go to work. Lipsey to Ward. Green Bay going to try to hurry and get one up here. But first, a turnover. Sped up with the clock winding down. Might have been too fast. So Curtis Jones will come into the contest here for Tre King with 5.3 to play in the half.
Yeah, and Cyclones going small here, putting one more shooter on the floor, and that's the one they want to get it to.
Momcilovic will bank it in at the horn. It will count. And Iowa State will take a 49-18 lead into the locker room. A big first half for the freshman. Zunu standing by.
Hey guys, I'm here with head coach TJ Otzelberger. Coach, what was your message for the team going into the second half?
We got to do a better job defensively, communicating at times. We got behind a few plays and they got some decent shots. And then we want to continue to attack and transition when opportunities present themselves.
Sure, thank you coach, good luck.
Well, it's been an action-packed first half for Iowa State, but how about the freshman Milan Momcilovic in that first half?
Well, Momcilovic just did it all, BJ. He, not only did he have some assists, but every time his feet were set and he can find and get to an open spot like right there, his teammates could find him. He'd give up one, pass it, cut hard, get it to the other side of the floor for a wide open shot. Right there, it comes off a fake screen and then a quick screen for a shot. Then, of course, he has one to end the half. So not only did he make threes, but he made them in different ways.
Starting five out on the floor for Iowa State: King, Lipsey, Gilbert, Momcilovic, and Ward. For Green Bay: Jones, Hall, Douglas, Reynolds, and Byrie. Green Bay will end up with the ball here. As the second half, all about working on what you need to work on for the next one here coming up. As Green Bay, we heard from Sundance Wicks right before intermission, wanting to work on their culture, on them.
Yeah, and he said a good thing. Not only do, hey, fellas, let's play 4 minutes at a time because that breaks down the game a little bit. And you don't have to think such big picture. But I'll guarantee you, he also talked about possession by possession in that halftime speech, too. So you want to make sure you take care of those things.
King. Oh, we'll flush it. Lipsey with the assist.
But you can't give it to Iowa State because this year, more than last year, they can get it from one into the other in a little bit more of a hurry, just like they showed there.
Byrie's three off the mark. King with the rebound will float or fall down to the ground. Helped out, though, by Jones, giving him an extra shove. Let's take a look at this one here. How would you rate it?
Well, that's at least an 8.5, BJ, because he ran the floor, he elevated off of one, but of course Tamin gets him to it for an easy one there in transition.
Lipsey will drive it in and will go to the line to shoot two. Reynolds will pick up the foul.
You have to like the Cyclones tonight. Not only if they're not doing something in transition, they've been so patient and so good offensively in the half court. Right there, Tamin might not have had something early, but he saw something and then drove it and then got the foul, even though it was a one-side possession. But if he didn't have that, he would have swung it, and that's when they're getting their shots. Like I said earlier, mid shot clock and late shot clock. So, but right here, Tamin going to the line, which is just true Tamin.
11 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds as well for, I think, 12 points now for Lipsey. Green Bay looking for something. Now to Reynolds. Into the lane through traffic. And it knocked away by Ward. Gilbert in the paint. Nearly turned it over. Good footwork there by Lipsey right at the half-court line. Gilbert now will drive it and finish it.
Well, it wasn't the prettiest of all possessions, and it won't look great on film, but the last two dribbles and the play at the rim by Gilbert sure was. So they finished that possession fantastic. And a really good play there by Green Bay.
Jones able to get the answer from the corner.
Yeah, Jones getting his feet set in the corner, and finally a setting your feet in the paint and a kick for wide open three, because they haven't had many of those tonight when they've gotten to the paint.
Lipsey with the fade. Iowa State from the floor, 21 of 35, 60%. Green Bay just 6 of 24. It's been consistently that way from the opening tip. Now a steal by Ward.
Yeah, once again driving it into the middle of the paint. Iowa State getting a hand on it, and TJ right now wants the ball turned a few more times and a couple more paint touches. They've taken a couple quick ones, which they didn't do a lot in the first half because things came really easy to them. Right now they're just trying to get the ball in there as fast as they can instead of moving it for a good one all the time.
King will clean it up. Tre King now with 8. The three by Douglas can't get it to fall. It's going to stay with Green Bay.
Yeah, good look right there by Green Bay. Good set, good pin down, and a pretty good look.
Iowa State will go to their bench for the first time here in the late half. Curtis Jones will check in along with Robert Jones. With that, you got Curtis and Robert from the Twin Cities area, not related. Robert from Prior Lake. Should probably point that out.
Yeah, good,
Curtis from Minneapolis.
Yeah, good call there. Good call there. Yeah, but you know, when you're Green Bay and you look at the guys that come into the game, no matter who they are, you know, all of a sudden here comes King, and here comes, you know, Lipsey back in the game, and here comes Jones, and here comes, you know, Ward, and here comes Biliew, and here comes Gilbert. It's like it never ends when you're Green Bay, because they just keep bringing in high major athletes all the time.
Now we're getting things sorted out at the scores table. We wanted to check on the clock. Now Reynolds to work off of a double team. Will pass around it. Fiery will hand it off. That's Douglas for 3. Can't get it to fall, but the rebound to Hall. Fresh 20. Ball going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Iowa State. 15 on the shot clock. Well, in the Horizon League this year, that's where Green Bay plays their league ball. Northern Kentucky expected to rule the roost again.
Yeah, you see the familiar names there, whether it's Northern Kentucky or Wright State. You know, those Oakland is going to be in the top 4 or 5 all the time. They might be 5 or 6 in a lot of the polls right now, but some of those same schools are always going to be there. But now a team that played here last year, Milwaukee, has made a big jump. You see them preseason 2nd or 3rd, so a fantastic basketball league.
To the line with Marcus Hall, the freshman from Schofield, Wisconsin. Able to connect on the free throw here. Iowa State back to their bench. Omaha Biliew will check in. As King just picked up his 2nd. Biliew, a lot of foul trouble in that first half. In fact, only played 4 minutes with those 3 fouls. As that free throw is knocked down by Hall.
Yeah, first game in front of the home faithful, probably a little bit nervous, but you know, you've only heard great things about him, obviously in high school in his career, but just talking about the preseason things, with whether it's been them on their trip, whether it's been Iowa State in their exhibition games, you've heard great things about Omaha. So we're looking forward to seeing his progress, not only tonight, but going throughout November and December.
Jones trying to back in the paint. Will a right-hander through.
Took his time, took one extra dribble, got himself set, and got to that left shoulder. Robert did a great job there.
Now Byrie. Douglas off to Jones. Skip pass stolen away. Oh. And a big collision. And that'll bring us to a timeout on the floor. Everybody up. Everybody looks okay. 59-23. Iowa State shooting better than 60%. Rolling along here in the opening night. 15:08 to play. And Iowa State really set the tone early with Tamin Lipsey, the sophomore guard. Got things going and has never let up.
No, he's a stat stuffer. That's the way he started as a freshman, and that's the way he started here tonight in the sophomore campaign. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. I mean, you saw in the first half, the first basket of the game. Everyone talks about Momcilovic, but at the end of the day, what did he do? He set that up. Then Momcilovic hits the other one to call the timeout, but Tamin hits the 3 in between. So he's done a little bit of everything, and he is the head of this snake on both ends of the floor, just like Coach Otzelberger says.
Couple of steals as well for Lipsey. Now underneath, lets traffic go. Had that one denied. Jones will clean things up in the paint.
Yeah, once again, just the length and the athleticism of Iowa State just causing a lot of problems for Green Bay. -2 turnovers here in these first 6 minutes. Green Bay's done a little bit better job of handling the basketball and trying to make plays with it, like right there.
Able to drive and finish with Hall on the receiving end of that pass. Hall now with 4. Pete Wonders leading the way though with 5. Here's Biliew. His first bucket as a Cyclone.
Yeah, great play. And you know what? Really great patience there. Used the rim to kind of shield the defender a little bit and finish on the opposite side. So really showed his skill set right there. It is filled for the game all in one play.
Kick out to the corner, the 3. And the rebound will belong to Lipsey. Tamin Lipsey will track down the long rebound. Tamin with 12. You mentioned the 6 assists, 6 rebounds. Here he is in the paint, the dish to Biliew. Let's see if he backs in. Omaha letting traffic get by him. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, once again, great patience. Got to a spot, felt a body on his turn, and then just spun back and got to the rim for the foul. So good patience there by Omaha.
So Tamin Lipsey, big night tonight here on opening night. Armarika Mendezoon standing by with more.
Yeah, guys, so Tamin had a lot on his plate last year. He had so many things to do, run the team on both sides. He isolated his ability to shoot the ball during offseason to put time on into focus and his one dynamic on his game, especially just by shooting the ball. His confidence has grown by doing so, like I feel that we've seen tonight. So there's a lot more guards this year to make plays now, which takes more stress and pressure off of him. So he's definitely seeing that tonight. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Yeah, Marika, great point on that, because you put Gilbert out on the floor, you put Jones out on the floor, and Tamin still out on the floor. You have 3 guards who can get a long rebound or tipper still and go and push it, and then the other guys just fill accordingly, which last year was always trying to get to Tamin, and everybody understood that. This year, I think the versatility and what you can do early in possessions, we'll see that as this team grows up.
So Biliew now with 4. Here's Foster. And Lipsey with another rebound. 4 on 5. Here's Biliew. And dead ball rebound to Green Bay. 4 on 5 as Gilbert was having trouble with his shoe. Now he appears to be everything's okay. Back into the action for Keshon Gilbert.
Yeah, that's all right. A little bit of a heat check there by Omaha Biliew, but you've been hearing how well he can catch and shoot three here in the preseason. So it's good to see him get one up. I'll be curious to see how he does here later this game and as this preseason continues.
And a foul going to be called on Biliew. That will be his fourth.
And as this year goes on, BJ, we might have seen it right there, but especially down around the post, there's going to be a lot of blocks this year because you have to be so set, both feet on the ground, before somebody takes off. There's going to be a lot of blocks this year because some people have been talking about that all through the preseason with the officiating and the change of that rule.
King and Watson back in and causing trouble for Green Bay. Gilbert likes the call.
Yeah, good move there by Reynolds. Good to the rim, but a better play almost by Ward just by using his length and getting on top of that and capping that basketball. Oh, he uses his length so well. Yeah, he almost as well right now as Oshuni last year when people remember him. They just have so much length and athleticism, and then they know how to use it and not foul.
Shot clock at 11. It did not reset. Foster gets it in, and Watson able to deflect it off of Phoenix. So Iowa State with the ball back, 12:33 to play. And they've got a 40 hung on Green Bay here right now. Jones for three. Rebound, tip belonged to King. Tre will back it on into the block. And will go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, good patience there by Iowa State. King tried to back him down, then ended up drawing the foul. What I liked about it, though, is you saw Gilbert, you saw Jones. Once they made a pass, they just cut hard and tried to take a defender with them and give King, give Watson, you know, give Ward, some of those guys room to play. If you cut hard, if your guy can stay, they'll find you. If they go with you, it opens up some space for guys to back down and play, and that happened right there with King.
First free throw here in this set for Tre King, in and out. 2 of 3 now on the night at the line. Iowa State as a team is 8 of 14. He'll get another crack at it. Still some pressure in backcourt.
Yeah, I like the way they do that. Even though they're not going to trap out of it or run and jump, it just keeps your team on their toes. It keeps your team engaged. Even though it's a 40-point game, you're not trying to steal. You're just trying to get the ball turned, waste a little time, and make it harder for Green Bay on this end.
Now down to 10 on the shot clock. Reynolds. And count it, a 4-point opportunity for Noah Reynolds.
It didn't exactly go right in the middle, BJ, by any stretch. That one just hit the crotch and stuck and rolled right in. So good for him, but you can't foul three-point shooters.
All right, can he cap off the 4-point play? We'll find out when we return. 66-28, Iowa State full head of steam in this one. They set the tone early, knocked down their first threes, and the defense again has been on display. Not you wouldn't expect that with a TJ Otzelberger coach team.
Well, no, I could feel the sarcasm in that, but offensively, I'll tell you what, they started off great by shooting the heck out of the basketball. They've been good in transition, and they've just been stifling on defense. When they get that ball to the scoring area, it has been really, really hard on Green Bay. So something that they'll be able to improve upon. But then TJ will be able to take some things and say, when we do this, look what happens to the shooting percentage. But when we maybe gamble or don't get to where we're supposed to be and give them open shots, this is what can happen. So this could be a learned experience for both teams getting this on film.
Here's King backing down. Inside of 10 on the shot clock. Gilbert now down to 3 to 2. Gets it off before the horn. Rebound tip up, not there, but Tre King is stuffing on that one.
You know, yeah, no doubt about that. Going back, Moses Malone just getting offensive rebound, and then tipping it in, right? But a great job by Gilbert by getting the ball at the rim. And when you get it up on the rim, it allows guys like King, guys like Ward, guys like Jones to be able to go up and get it and clean it up, which is exactly what they did there.
King with 13 points. Momcilovic leading the way with 15. He's resting. Also got 13, as we mentioned, for King, 12 each for Lipsey and Gilbert. On the floor for Iowa State, King, Watson, Jones, Gilbert, and Ward. For Green Bay, Wonders, Jones, Douglas, Reynolds, and Byrie. Here's Jones. That will belong to Green Bay.
Yeah, tougher possession there by Iowa State. Never really got the ball off the left side of the floor. Tried to ball screen twice, tried to swing it twice, but then it went right back to the same side. So struggled getting a good shot there on that one. So some THLC, but they'll clean that up here as they go. But they got to get the ball moved there a little bit better like they did in the first half.
Back into the game, Momcilovic and Lipsey. Green Bay bringing back in Foster Wonders. Reynolds to Byrie to Wonders along the baseline.
A good swing and a good drive, just couldn't finish it there by Green Bay, but a transition.
Transition three, are you kidding me?
Yeah, Momcilovic is really feeling it, and they know when to find him again. He's made him in the half court. He's made him off of cuts. He's made him off of slip screens and screens. He's made him in transition right there, running the floor.
Reynolds back on this one, gets the deuce. But Momcilovic really the story tonight. What a debut.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. People had heard about him and read about him, and people were whispering about him. But tonight they're getting a first look, and I think they're going to really like what they see so far.
Gilbert's three not there. Iowa State as a team, 8 3-pointers made. Reynolds cashing in from the outside. He's getting it going now with his second three.
And you can see how he was a double-digit scorer in the Mountain West. He's a really good player. He's gotten the ball in the paint. He's hit a couple floaters. He's now hit that. He's really competed on the defensive end. So you can see where he was a good player in that league, because that's a really good basketball league.
Reynolds working on Lipsey. Good reversal. That's Foster.
Good shot, didn't go, but again, kind of the hockey assist. Reynolds was one that got that whole play started by getting the ball in the paint.
And Gilbert fouled. That'll be the 7th team foul on Green Bay, so single bonus here for Iowa State. Robert Jones will check in for Ward for Iowa State, and then also for Green Bay, a couple of more substitutions as Jones will re-enter the contest along with Wade. And Gilbert able to knock down the free throw. Gilbert now with 14.
Yeah, and kind of just a quiet and a steady 14. You know, running the point, running the wing, getting some things in transition. Like right now, it's up in that passing lane. He's really been a force. He's done a really good job tonight. It's his debut as well, and he showed a lot of good things tonight for the Cyclones.
Called for the foul on the push. And for Iowa State, that'll be their 4th team foul. Really didn't get a chance to see this team fully functional with Omaha Biliew getting into foul trouble, especially for those newcomers trying to make an appearance here tonight.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting. So, hopefully Biliew gets into like a rhythm earlier in the game, doesn't get into foul trouble, because you saw him tonight make 2 really good moves around the basket. You saw him have a catch-and-shoot 3, which had his feet set, which people have said he's been making that. So once he can do that on a little bit more of a consistent basis and earlier in the game to show his impact, that's going to be fun to watch for the Iowa State faithful.
Gilbert in the paint, can't get it to fall. Jones with the rebound. His name is Robert Jones, and he's filling up the hoop.
He is, and he's big Robert energy, and that's just what he does right there. That's who Robert is. There are things he does and things he doesn't do as well, but the things he does well benefits this basketball team.
Now Byrie. The rebound underneath to Tre King. Lipsey sitting with 8 rebounds. King now with 7. Make it 8. Here's Gilbert.
Yeah.
And 1.
Great play. They had a staggered screen, ball screen coming up for Gilbert, and he just refused it. Shooter in the corner, and he just took advantage and got it in. Refused that screen and got it to the rim.
77-34. Iowa State with the lead. 7:01 to play. Omaha Biliew back in the lineup. Marika Mendezun standing by with more.
Yeah, Omaha Biliew had a tough break the first half of picking up 2 early fouls. He had trouble. The foul trouble got him really early. Coach said earlier this week that he envisions Omaha as a guy that comes off the bench, has the ability to bring tremendous energy and motor and enthusiasm to the team. He is a guy that can cut and get under defense and continues to improve as the season moves forward. He came off the bench in Bahamas and scrimmages, so really excited for him, and we'll see how the season goes. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Yeah, and Mike, and right now, you know, he has 4 fouls, but, you know, they want to get him back in the game and just get him some playing time and get him back in the flow and see if we can get a couple more things done like he's already done around the block. So see if he can do 1 or 2 more things. If he picks up his 5th, he picks up his 5th, but you got to be able to get him out there and get some minutes because he's earned those minutes in the preseason from all that you hear coming out of their staff.
It could have gotten philosophical on you, asked a few more questions about that. Guy with 4 fouls, opening game of the season. What do you do?
Yeah, I think you go with him, you know, and just try to get him in a couple more situations, a couple more rotations, because that's going to help the next game, which will help the next game. And a guy that deserves a blow right now, though, is Tamin Lipsey. He deserves this one.
Lipsey tonight will finish with 12 as he exits stage right. Coming in is going to be Jackson Popoletsky, a sophomore out of Kimberly, Wisconsin, transferring in from Wofford, where he started 33 games last season.
Yeah, you have to be a player to start 33 games at Wofford. So that's a great program. They've been good for a long time, and you have to be a good player to be able to do that. So it's going to be exciting to see what he can do behind these guys that are in front of him right now, because he has a talented backcourt right now playing at Iowa State.
Coach averaged 15 points a game and gets his first bucket as a Cyclone right there.
Yeah, and that's a great play and a great move and a paint touch and getting space to get his shot off, and he did all that right there, and then also got the finish.
46-point advantage. Momcilovic ahead to Gilbert.
And we talked a little bit earlier about the 4 fouls on Biliew. Well, Momcilovic got beat right there on the closeout, and who ran and sprinted across the floor to cut off that driver, and that was Omaha Biliew with 4 fouls that got physical and cost a turnover. So hopefully that's a situation that they can show on film and say, this is what you have to do no matter your foul trouble. So Omaha, I thought, did a great job there.
Popoletsky trying to create his own shot. It's going to stay or go to Green Bay, and each team will go to their bench. Watson back in. Momcilovic and Gilbert out. Also coming back in, Curtis Jones, as this Hilton crowd knows that they turned in quite a performance. What a debut for both.
Yeah, both guys really stood out tonight. Momcilovic obviously shooting the basketball, but really Gilbert not only scoring it, handling the basketball. Just his all-around game was great, and defensively he was in a lot of passing lanes.
Wonders knocks down the 3. That's his second 3-pointer of the night. He's got 8. Noah Reynolds leading the way for Green Bay with 14. Biliew tracking down the rebound.
Yeah, ran it from the free throw line right there from about the nail to run that down about 15, 16 feet to get that extra possession for the Cyclones.
Pawlowski in the lane to Watson. Can't finish it, but is fouled on the play and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Great play by Pawlowski. Once again, getting into the paint, setting his feet and spinning, finding a cutter, and then couldn't quite finish it, but Omaha coming in to finish it up, even though the play was already completed.
So Watson to the line to shoot 2. And Caden Fish will make his debut here, the 6'6" freshman out of Kansas City, as he'll come in for Robert Jones, who also gets a great hand as he checks out of the game.
Yeah, normal game for Robert Jones, just doing what he does, and the fans know it, and I think they appreciate it.
Watson able to knock down the free throw. He's got 3, and in Iowa State, the defense doesn't stop.
No, that is going to be a constant no matter the situation. They're going to push up. They're going to try to turn you. They're going to play. They might not always try to run and jump in. They might always not try to trap you, but they're always going to be up in you. And when you drive it, Iowa State will make you feel them. That's exactly what they want to do, and they've done all of that and more tonight.
Fish in the paint. Pawlowski to Biliew. He'll work baseline. Now Jones. Shot clock is going to expire as that ball did not hit the rim. It's Iowa State using all 5 players on the floor. Each got a touch on that possession, but no basket.
You know, they just want to keep doing what they do, because you see none of those teams, as good as some of those programs may be, none of them are going to be Iowa State. So they're going to learn a lot from this game. It's going to expose a lot of weaknesses, things they haven't seen in practice. And they're going to be able to apply that to a non-Division I when they get there on Thursday, and then light games after that.
Idaho State at home, Grambling at home, and then November 23rd against VCU on ESPN2. It's all part of the ESPN events. Invitational, Boise State, Virginia Tech, also a part of that Thanksgiving tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be great for Iowa State to not only build their team with some of their returners and all these new guys that we've been talking about tonight through these first 3 or 4 games, work out the kinks, and then head down to Orlando with just a lot more seasoning to them and ready to play.
The 3, good, knocked down by Foster Wonders.
Yeah, good play, and again, Foster Wonders hit another shot. He was, I think, made one of the first ones tonight, and he's still out there playing and battling, which is exactly what Coach Wicks wants out of his basketball team.
Pawlowski. Boy, can turn it now to the wing. The 3 by Biliew, not there. Watson.
Good rebound by Watson, and a good look by Biliew, but you know what? A great find by Pawlowski once again. He's really done a good job of getting that ball to the paint, setting his feet, and then making plays for his teammates, and he even made one for himself.
43-point advantage to the corner. The 3. Douglas can't get it to fall. Rebound down to Jones. Pawlowski. He'll pull up. Left it short. And a foul going to be called on Fish.
Yeah, good job there by Pawlowski coming off the ball screen, set his feet, let it go just a little bit short. But, you know, great hustle by Fish getting in there to try to get after that rebound.
How about this? Cade Kelderman now getting into the game, the freshman walk-on from Waukee. Of course, he and Biliew battled it out. Waukee Northwest, Waukee in the state championship in the big class in the state of Iowa last year. With Northwest winning that state title. Want to remind you, coming up during our postgame, we're going to be talking to a guy who had a huge debut tonight. The freshman from Pewaukee, Wisconsin, Milan Momcilovic will be joining us here at the conclusion of the game here tonight. And a foul going to be called here on Fish. So the Phoenix to the line with Amari Jenkins.
Yeah, get down to this last minute 50. We just see how many guys come out here and want to move it, want to play within the system, or want to come out here and try to get a couple stats. So coaches want to see him move it and try to get good shots for each other here. So we'll see what happens in the last minute 52. But that's what you hope out of this, especially when you get to this type of basketball game.
Green Bay going to 41 now with that made free throw. And the crowd wanting, and now TJ Otzelberger complying. Conrad Hawley.
Yeah, he's a fan favorite, and he was last year, and I was able to see him on the road in practices and all that, and they love him.
Got a little bit of a tie-up. Nobody ready to relinquish the ball as the officials step in, and now Hawley officially will check in. Jacob Antechek, the freshman from Canada, tied up with Fish. Now the officials trying to clean it up. So you've got Hawley in the game along with Kelderman. Here's Fish. And foul going to be called on Antechek.
Yeah, good play there, but a great find by Kelderman, getting his feet and trying finding Fish on that. So getting to the line.
Able to knock down the free throw, his first point as a Cyclone. And knocks down the second. .90 seconds to play. Oh, the lane left open, and the finish by Marcus Hall.
Yeah, good find and a good cut by Hall just to go and find some open paint and get his hands ready to catch and finish.
Pavletsky to Biliew, who will hand off to Kelderman. That shot knocked away as Douglas able to get his hand on it. And a foul going to be called on Omaha Biliew, and that's going to be his fifth.
Well, and there it is. But I'll tell you what, I thought he did some good things here late. I thought he made a couple unselfish plays, scrambled over, kept the ball alive, scrambled over, and stopped the drive. So he did some good things here these last 4 minutes. I know it got in early foul trouble, but that's something that he'll work on, and looking forward to his next game Thursday night, just getting off to maybe a little bit better start coming off that bench.
He'll finish with 4. As Hall's able to knock down the free throw here for Green Bay. Rebound tapped out from Fish to Poletsky. Iowa State going to start off the season with a W and win their 6th season opener in a row. That ball's tipped around. Scrum for the ball. Hawley can't get the layup. This place would have went nuts. Final possession here. And Hall missed it wide of the mark, and the rebound to Poletsky, and that's going to be it. Iowa State will dribble out the clock and start the year with a W. So it's a final. Iowa State wins it 85 44